Hongkongers ignore protest restrictions and threats from Beijing as tens of thousands rally against Gov.
Here's a summary of the article.
Tens of thousands flocked to Victoria Park on Sunday under torrential rain in another mass pro-democracy protest against the government and alleged police violence. Her injury prompted a chorus of criticism from anti-government protesters who blasted the police for alleged excessive use of force. Mina Ma, a 40-year-old administrative worker, told HKFP she decided to attend Sunday's rally to protest a range of political issues but mainly in response to the woman who was shot in the eye. Ma added that she thought the police would not conduct a clearance operation on Sunday, despite prohibiting the original plan to march to Central. "I believe all Hongkongers are peaceful and I still believe the government and police will not disrupt a peaceful gather. I hope so," she said. Former lawmaker Lee Chuk-yan told HKFP that crowds were only able to leave the park by marching towards Central in accordance with the police's restrictions. "The police are forcing people to go out like this because the park is not suitable to accommodate so many people," he said. Beijing has ramped up its rhetoric on Hong Kong's protests, with officials repeatedly blaming the unrest on violent radicals and foreign forces. Yang Guang, spokesman for the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office of the State Council, last Monday described the movement as displaying signs of terrorism.
This post received a score of 60,940, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Hey, progress. We're back up to reports saying tens of thousands. Maybe tomorrow it will be hundreds of thousands again.
Is there a good way for us to get accurate numbers about how many are protesting?
Not really. But you can check out pictures like this one. Ninja edit. Apparently there are so many people that they just don't fit into the park. Edit. According to organizers, there were about 1.7 million people.
When was it taken? That's the 18th of August, so it's today. Rally in Victoria Park. Here's another angle. Was just talking about the turnout with friends and how we are hearing varying numbers. This looks like weekends is when people are really coming out. The way Hongkongers protest is pretty interesting if you ask me. On weekends we go out to do our stuff, but life is like totally normal during weekdays. I've heard more than once that going to work is actually considered as time to recuperate.
See, that's what protesters in Paris did too.
Same with most protesters in Ukraine in 2013-2014 during the Euromaidan. Plenty camped out for months.
Judging from my friends and family only, I can say today was at least as many people compared to June 16th. This is despite the weather, the threat of the CCP army and the threat of the HK Public Order Ordinance law. The protest was also fully peaceful with zero police presence. I trust and believe that God will deliver justice to all those who abuse the power given to them to oppress another human being.
I have enormous respect for every single one of you. Never give up. I wish you all the best in days to come.
I'm so in awe of the Hongkongers' dedication, but super disappointed in the lack of vocal support from Western politicians and celebrities. Let's just hope this spirit spills over to mainland.
Unfortunately, this is not going to spill over to the mainland as nobody there supports the protesters. Mainland media only show clashes between police and protesters and sell it as terrorism against poor police officers. I have just come back from China and heard what people there think about. They think a very small amount of violent protesters are provoking chaos because they have been influenced by US entities.
I would be keen to hear about the views of the Chinese people that support the Chinese government in this regard, but in their own words. Like where I live, there were protests in support of HK the other night, and apparently a lot of Chinese people who live here came to oppose them. These are people who don't live in China, have access to alternate media and have come to their decision to oppose Hong Kong independently. I'd be interested to know why they come to this conclusion.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.